You read the power drill. It's like that for like I don't know, half an hour now, non-stop. It's Saturday morning. It's not customary at all, and even probably illegal to use the power drill in urban building. It's done just for the purpose of torturing me, because it's a known sign of the Shabbat. I mean, they use the power drill non-stop, and specifically Shabbat morning. I mean, it's just for that. So there is a person right now here that, I mean, just to stab me once more. I mean, after they stabbed me all my life, so it's not. He knows that it's not going to affect me dramatically. He knows that it will, I mean, annoy me, but I mean, they are doing such things all my life, and he also knows that this action is probably going to affect the world in a dramatic way, because you know where the world stands. And according to his brain, like to his thought process, in order to just stab me once more, even though I mean I'm stabbed all my life by those creeps. So I mean, what's one more like brick in the wall, one more like, I mean, like a small piece of wood in the fire, or another small nail in such a huge course. I mean, what's different is going to make? But I mean, it's important enough for him to actually risk the entire intelligence communities of all the world, and all the world is the consequences. And this already happened in the past. It started to happen now, but I mean, for him, it's worthwhile. And I'm surrounded by such people all my life, and especially during the last couple of years. That's where I live. I mean, more than what they actually do, which is, I mean, a torture, and it's horrible. Many times what's even more bothering is just the idea that I actually live surrounded by people that, I mean, they lost, I mean, all joy in life long ago, and the only thing that they actually have now is, I mean, the futile pursuit of how to intimidate and to terrorize an innocent human being, just for the sake of it, and with literally any price. Any price is worth it for them. Not humans. I will speak about art, because I mean, that's what we do. Maybe I'll speak about science as well, even though I mean, I still have much to do. I will speak about Dune. Maybe, I mean, I suddenly understood that, I mean, yesterday night, or in the middle of the night, maybe you wanted me to speak about Dune, not because, I mean, it wasn't like a regular clone situation, like, I mean, that I described, but actually because many people actually disappeared or died or whatever. I mean, in the Israeli intelligence, you wanted to make sure that I'm alive. Like, I mean, people from abroad, I mean, they were worried that something happened to me, so they wanted to know. Maybe they thought, okay, maybe he's there, we can see him, but maybe he's a clone. So I mean, they wanted me to prove that I'm myself, not because it's another clone scandal, but because they wanted to know that I'm actually alive, with the hope that I'm alive. But I mean, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, there is something that actually I don't understand regarding the clones for like 2 or 3 years that I think about it, and I don't understand, because there were many situations during the last couple of years, perhaps all my life, but I mean, I'm aware of it lately, like during the last years, that I mean, people knew that it's me, like in Israel, like the intelligence people knew that it's like, I mean, at a certain time they knew that it's me, and very short after that, all sorts of events, I mean, happened, and mostly it's events that happen inside the brain, because you know that they always find symbols, or I don't know, like, I mean, evidence, I mean, fantastic evidence that will reframe what they already, I mean, they want to think about reality. So I mean, at one point, like, I'm like, it's me, and then right after that, I mean, they suspect that I'm actually a clone and something happened to the original, because that's what they always wanted. But I didn't understand how is it done so quickly. Like, I mean, so I mean, do they think that I may carry my clone in my pocket and I just combust, like, I mean, spontaneously combust, and then the clone just jump out of the pocket, like the astral panther, the female astral panther of the Rizet Dodan, like the Black Alf. I've read it when I was very little young boy, like, I mean, doing primary school. So he's got like a statue, like a small sculpture of a panther that I mean, sometimes it's just, I mean, spontaneously, I mean, or I mean, just it becomes like the real panther, and it's like his pet, but then it gets back to like another dimension. And he just carry the sculpture. So, is it this is the way it works? Like you carry sculptures with like the Rizet, the dark elf? I don't know. And actually, I mean, I cannot even sustain curiosity about it, even though you know that I'm a very curious person, because I want out. I want to get out of here. Maybe I will speak a little bit about backgrounds. It's an issue that I've discussed. It's part of the symbolic language of the art that I use. So I always, I mean, I mean, normally, not always, but I try to think a lot about, and like, I mean, to put like substantial effort in my backgrounds of both my acrylic and my oil paintings. So you can see many backgrounds here. I mean, no, these are old paintings of Ilah and Orin, actually. I'm much the one of Orin was actually much, I mean, came up much better, but it's because they were painted in the same night, and so like when I painted Orin's, my older, I mean, I was only a little bit of tired, but when I painted Ilah's, I was dead tired. So I mean, it's not the same quality, but it's nice painting. But we have 3 backgrounds here, actually, new backgrounds, like 1, 2, and 3 here. And this is an old background that I will use, and here are some more backgrounds. And you can see that the sculptures also have backgrounds. You can see, I mean, bases, but they are also backgrounds, and they are similar I mean, they have intentional similarity. So you can ask what does the background mean? So generally there should be always 2 backgrounds, because I mean there should be the background that is the the background of the object, like where the object stands, and there should be like the canvas or something that is metaphorically plays the part of a canvas. And the idea is that I mean the canvas, I mean, you don't actually you or me, like the person that I mean participate in the symbolic art language, they don't actually need to paint or to create the canvas. They can buy the canvas, or I mean, or with a frame or without a frame. I mean, these ones are actually prepare them from canvas that I nailed to old frames and wooden frames. Actually, it came very well. Like I've done 4 of these yesterday, and it came out the best that I ever had. So it's, I mean, I'm improving with this art or craft. So you don't, I mean, you don't have to I mean, this is like the natural canvas, or the natural like place where the art is performed or stayed. But there is also, you should also create, like, I mean, you should also do a background like yourself to signify, I mean, something. So what is what does, I mean, different background signifies? So it's mostly simple, because it's I mean, it's good, but it follows like a color code. I mean, I use it in a much more elaborate way because of like artistic consideration, but in general, I mean, it's just color codes to represent different things, and there aren't many colors that are used as, I mean, with symbolic meaning for the Neros. So we have white color, which is the worst. It signifies death. So things that, I mean, exist on white background, I mean, it's like, I mean, you mean for them to stop exist. And also you have the black one, which is the neutral. It's the neutral background. It can signify life, and it just can signify like it can signify space and places without any, like, I mean, identification. Like, I mean, kind of like abstract places. There is all the brown color, which represents like land. It's, I mean, usually earth, but not necessarily. I mean, there are other, I mean, there is also a symbolic language to, I mean, to make distinction, I mean, to have distinction between different planets, and I mean, it's another issue, but it represents like the ground, like where you stand. and like physical ground on a planet or a moon. I mean, mostly this planet Earth, because that's where I do my things. And there is the red one, the red background here. There's an example which signifies the body of Homo sapiens, of humans, and so things that are placed on it are, I mean, like things like, I mean, blood cells or white blood cells, red blood cells, and or broken white blood cells. I mean, if it's a curse or a plague. And there is also the gray background, which is equivalent to the red one, but it's the equivalent in my species. Even though, I mean, we have also have blood which is red, but I mean we are like machines, so it's gray. And I don't know how to symbolize. I mean, I don't know how to use this symbolism to symbolize Titans, but there are other ways to symbolize Titans. That, I mean, not with this distinction between red and gray. And also there is silver, which signifies, I mean, the body from the point of view of the Nero itself. Well, I mean, the Neros that exist inside the body. And oh, there are more. I mean, the silver. I mean, it's got other things, but I mean, it's not that important. So we'll make do with this for now. And perhaps I'll think about Dune later. Let's see. I mean, if you are so inclined to just be sure that it's me and not a clone, I mean, I can make the effort and actually speak about Dune. But more important for me now is to continue with my experiment of electrical alternative current, because I hope it will be groundbreaking. So bye for now.